A very good evening to you, Lillian, and to all our viewers wherever they are watching us from. My name is Francis Gachuri, coming to you from Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. And the 15th extraordinary session of the African Union got underway this morning, and African heads of state and government are expected to convene for a meeting tomorrow beginning 9 a.m. And President Uhuru Kenyatta is among those expected to attend. However, their meeting has been preceded by a meeting of the Council of Ministers known as the Executive Council. Top on their deliberations was Africa's relation with the International Criminal Court over what they say has been politicization of African matters instead of seeking matters of justice.
Unfortunately, the manner in which the court has been operating, particularly its unfair treatment of Africa and Africans, leaves much to be desired. Far from promoting justice and reconciliation and contributing to the advancement of peace and stability in our continent, the court has transformed itself into a political instrument targeting Africa and Africans. This unfair and unjust treatment is totally unacceptable, and that's why we have been expressing our serious concerns against the ICC.
President Uhuru Kenyatta is facing 5 charges at the International Criminal Court, and his trial is expected to kick off on the 12th of next month. And that matter was also deliberated by the ministers, and they are saying immunity of African presidents must be taken into account.
We should pay serious attention to it. The immunities of heads of states cannot be taken lightly, and our meeting should not come out very clearly, should come out very clearly on this issue. Perhaps it should be emphasized that the way this issue is being handled by the ICC has serious implications on Africa's relations with the ICC.
Out of the 122 member states to the Rome Statute, 34 countries are African. And it was expected that during this extraordinary session of the African Union, the issue of pulling out the African countries en masse would be deliberated.
Because there's this issue out there that Africa is trying to move out en masse. Okay? So we laid everybody's fears to rest and said that is not our intention. That's not what we're looking for. What we actually need is to have a common position on all issues of concern to the continent, right, with respect to its relationship with the ICC, so that the ICC understands that since most of its members, right, are African, that it needs to take the concerns of Africa seriously. And when requests are made to the court, that the court considers them, right, and if possible, gives a positive response as much as possible.
Most of us here are looking for respect for Africa in the exercise of justice.
President Uhuru Kenyatta is expected to depart Nairobi tomorrow morning as soon as his Deputy William Ruto arrives back from The Hague, Netherlands, where he is facing charges at the International Criminal Court. However, Kenyatta will return to Nairobi later tomorrow evening at the end of the session. That's all for now, Lillian. Back to you. However, our viewers can expect more details from us here in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, particularly tomorrow at the end of the session, where we expect to hear what resolutions the African Union Summit, the 15th extraordinary session, will have come up with. Back to you in Nairobi.